Diving right in, it's this article's out of Phoenix. It says video from an Arizona shelter for migrant children shows staffers dragging and pushing children. Incidents that occur shortly before the federal government suspended the Southwest Key Shelter's operation early this fall. The Arizona Republic obtained the videos from the Arizona Department of Health and Services under state public records law. Southwest Key had reported the mid-September incidents, which involved 3 children and numerous staffers at the Youngstown, Arizona shelter to state authorities, as well as local law enforcement and federal officials, but declined to publicly provide details at the time. Southwest Key ultimately closed the shelter, called Hacienda del Sol, in late October. That came in wake of negotiations with state health authorities over potential revocation of all 13 licenses that Southwest Key holds in Arizona because of the company's lapses in the background checks for staff. So the report October 24th said Southwest Key to close 2 Phoenix area migrant child shelters and pay a state fine. Kids dragged and slapped. One surveillance video shows a male staffer dragging and pulling a boy into a room, then slapping him and pushing him against a wall. The staffer then recoils when it appears the child strikes him. The staffer then leaves the room and the boy is seen retreating to a corner, then pounding on the window and a door to an adjacent room. A second video shows a female staffer hustling a child through the conference room, dragging the child into an adjoining room because the child had lain down and tried to block the doorway with their legs. It is unclear from the edited video if the child is boy or girl. As this is happening, another staffer pulls a child with extended arms into the same room. All the while, workers doing other tasks in the conference room go about their business, with one seen adjusting her ponytail. A third video shows a disrupting classroom setting, but the exact actions are unclear from the blurry image. The state agency blurred the videos to protect the privacy of the children depicted. It's unclear if the incidents directly prompted the federal intervention. The videos were from September 14th, 17th, and 21st, according to the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, which investigated the incidents. The federal government, which contracts with Southwest Key to house migrant children, suspended operations at the facility in early October. Southwest Key spokesperson Jeff Eller declined to elaborate on the incidents Friday. Instead, he reiterated what the shelter operator said in October, welcoming the move by federal authorities to suspend the facility's operations and pledging to retain all staff. The Arizona Republic in October submitted a records request to the Sheriff's Office for details on the incidents that prompted the suspension. The agency has yet to provide records, but late Friday, a spokesperson said after reviewing the specific surveillance videos as well as hours of other videos to ensure no harm to the children, it found no grounds for criminal charges. The investigation determined that while physical force and restraining techniques were used against these minor children, these actions did not rise to the level of criminal charges, Sergeant Joaquin Enriquez said in a statement. State law permits these kinds of restraint techniques shown in the videos, he said. State health officials declined to comment on the videos. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough issue.
Yeah, I'm watching this video for the first time. I want to make sure that
there's nothing crazy in it.
Yeah, it's pretty blurry. So I think we can get away with it. So you see, I'm gonna start that over. You see the guy just kind of manhandling the kid into the room.
I mean,
kid swung on him.
So far, I'm looking at this and I'm not saying anything that based on what this is showing. I'm not saying anything that's making me go, "What the fuck?"
I suppose if it was juvie, but it's not.
I mean, what facility is this? What is this for? Immigrant kids or something?
Yes.
And
kids that have been separated from their parents. They have a right to be upset. Of course, they're going to be upset.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't just let them do whatever the hell they want. You know, they probably need them to go someplace, be in a certain area. And they're not following. It doesn't look like they're being overly violent or I think they're just, you're not gonna listen. I'm gonna move you there, and that's that. I don't know. I mean, there might be wrongdoing, but based purely on that video, there's a little.
Not to the finish.
No, you should.
But to the beginning.
No, you shush.
A fight that can.
Oh, where is that coming from?
If we stand together.
It sounds like an ad.
It is an ad, but I can't get it to shut up.
Him.
So, we're just closing that site. Stupid ads. I wouldn't stop. I don't disagree with you, but at the same time, like...
I mean, it probably should be looked into, I guess. But
I'd like to see the other videos.
Yeah, for sure. But based clearly just on that one, I have no, like, oh, this is not clearly not a case of abuse or...
I'll tell you, if that was my kid, I'd whip that guy's ass.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
I mean, I probably wouldn't because I'd be detained by ICE in a holding facility somewhere. But, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If that was my kid, I'd be pissed. Super mad.
Though, I mean, like, a lot of places, teachers can essentially do worse than that. Like,
I don't think so anymore.
not anymore.
No.
Maybe
Now, I remember when I was in
states.
elementary, there might be a few states that are still pretty corporal punishment, but I think federally it's not allowed.
And, like, part of me,
In fact, let's look it up.
I'm kind of mixed on it. I mean, I would never hit my child ever. Like my whole life, I've never spanked my child, but I'm more of like aware. Okay, so like if you're at the point where you're pissed off enough to like spank your child or hit your child.
Yo, Night Tupi, what up?
What's up?
Thanks for joining.
Yes. Then you're obviously angry, and I know my own physical strength, especially at the times that she was young enough to where it'd be like, oh, I'm gonna spank my child type of situation. I wouldn't do it because I also knew my own strength, and I'd feel super bad about it. So that was my own personal choice.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, okay. He said thanks for the raid last night.
Hey,
guitar player.
What's up, man?
We appreciate the love back coming and visiting us.
For sure.
Hope it helped you out a bit.
But yeah, just my own thing. I wouldn't. I'm just personally, I'm not into spanking my child or children or anything like that. But like,
there are 19 states where corporal punishment in schools is still legal.
I figured there's still quite a few. But I have no problem with like parents spanking their child. In fact, I don't have a problem with parents spanking their child. I damn well deserved getting my ass beat when I was a kid. Like, I did a lot of dumb shit. So, I guess if there's certain strict rules in very like detailed rules, I wouldn't necessarily be pissed off about. I guess if you were gonna have that in your school, you'd want to have a very clear guidelines for it, and then parents should know about it. There should be like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, we're like, in this school we do this. If it may be an opt-in, opt-out type of situation as well, but made very, very clear these are the things that happen, and it's document every time that does happen. It would be documented in front of the camera, with audio, like, so that the exact guidelines are followed, and the people that do those guidelines have the proper training. Like, you'd have to
How do you properly train somebody to spank a child?
You would have to. Like, you would have to, according to the guidelines, you would have to, there would have to be a very systematic thing put in place to make where I wouldn't feel, because obviously you don't want just anyone doing it. I mean, you get some burly teacher beating the crap out of a kid, or just somebody gets extra angry, like, whatever. So you just have to have super strict guidelines among things. So whether that's like measuring how fast you're moving the paddle, like, I mean, I would
how thick the paddle is versus how many holes are drilled in it.
Yeah, for all those.
I remember being in elementary school, and I never got swatted, but I remember going to the principal's office and he'd open his drawer and just take it out and kind of drop it on the desk a little bit, and it was loud.
Yeah.
Because it was thick, and it was like a 12-inch square with 5 holes drilled in it for air flow.
Yeah, for sure.
Just him taking it out and dropping it on the desk, saying, "So, what are we gonna do about this?" That was enough to make me be like, "Whatever you say, I'm gonna do about this."
I remember when I was in school, that would have made me scared less than the extra hard work that some of like the PE teacher, like the athletic type of teachers would put on you. Because if you're good at what you're doing, that you can make that way worse than getting hit with a paddle. Like the paddle, yeah, that'll suck for like 15 seconds, 20 seconds. The stinging will go away in a couple of minutes.
Man, I don't know what you guys spanked with, but I remember it sucking for like a half hour, 45 minutes, hour and a half.
I mean, I got hit with sticks. I got wooden paddles busted over my head. I got spanked with pans as a kid. So even those things, I'm like, okay.
You know what sucks the most? The orange Hot Wheels tracks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Those things are whips, bro.
Yeah. My mom hit me with a few of those. Like
and when those things lash across a bare leg,
oh yeah, I had
that
all
welt
kinds
is
of
there
shit
for days.
Breaking across me as a kid, but even then, like it didn't last that long. Whether it would be 10, 20 minutes, the stinging, whatever. But the PET, I just remember some of the. Making sure the audio's good.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a buzz.
But like, for instance, Coach Eagle. Was Coach Eagle? Yeah. He had one of the worst punishments when I was in high school, and I was a damn good athlete at that point in time. Like, some of the best shape of my life. And he would just break you. And like, for me, I was always like, "You're not gonna break me." And he would usually like do most of the time it'd be like group punishments for things, like so. And it's a good way to keep other kids accountable because they'd be like, "Oh, you don't want to do that. Like you shouldn't do that because I don't want to be doing Coach Eagle's thing, like drive the car." That was one of the famous ones where you sit in a parallel squat position, so you're like squatted down like you're doing a regular squat.
Yeah.
Parallel, like not this half shit, not against a wall. No. And the guys had to hold a 45-pound plate straight in front of them and drive the car. I remember he made us hold it for like 3-4 minutes, 5 minutes. Take a couple minutes break and start over. Or like, you just extreme workouts that like if you didn't complete them, you had to do them over and over and over and over again, day after day, until you got them done.
Yeah, John Eagle was definitely a military type.
Oh, I loved it.
He was all for breaking you
because it was like a challenge to me. Because I was like, "Oh, you're gonna challenge me? Yeah, I'm not breaking." So I liked it, but at the same time, it's like I could see more people being scared of that. Really,
wow,
the pain of that kind of thing.
Nadia said they had a timeout room at the boarding school I lived in when I was 10. They would drag you there if you didn't want to go. I couldn't imagine going to a boarding school.
Yeah, that probably rough.
Shout out to you for for still being here today. I couldn't imagine. I wouldn't have been able to handle it.
I mean, I'm maybe like that because I thought about joining the military, but I also realized that like I couldn't be in authority. Like I just don't deal well with like. No,
you like to do things your own way.
I like to be challenged.
Yeah.
I like challenges. I like pushing myself. But there's a different line there.
You want it done on your terms.
Not always, but in terms that make sense, I guess.
Makes sense to you.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't have like a lot of those things like Eagle did. I wouldn't have been like I'm gonna do that for fun.
Yeah.
I mean, what's funny about that is later, like after I did that for a while, was coached under him for a while. Those things became fun. Like in a sick way.
Right.
Like especially when I was a senior in high school, I would work out to the point where literally I had to get carried down the state. Like I physically couldn't walk for like 2 hours. Like my muscles were so exhausted. Like I would mentally force my body just to literally shut down. I'd work out that hard for that long. Where my goal was I wanted to crush all my workout partners and be like, you want to keep up with me? I'm gonna go till my body just breaks, and you better keep up. That's it. And that was it. Became a game to me,
right?
Like, and that's like part of my ultra like competitive, thing. Like I hate like when I powerlift, like and I got second place in the worlds. It was like fucking worst thing ever.
Or like when you're doing video editing and you're pushing everybody in the FunkShop TV crew to do a weekly video, and you make it clear that it's not a challenge, but then when you post it, you say video.
Oh,
challenge.
actually, I don't know why I did.
I saw that and I was like, "Fuck, this is not." Nobody else is gonna do a video anymore.
No, it wasn't necessarily when I posted that. What I was thinking about was a personal challenge for myself, like meaning like the videos that I put together every week. I'm going to try to challenge myself in the content in it.
Right.
Not like, oh, everybody else has to be able to do the same thing, like the level. No, that's not what I meant by that at all. I didn't even think about that. It didn't cross my mind.
I'm gonna really start pissing them off because my video is gonna be like, hey, I'm Biggz and you're watching FunkShop TV, and click, I'm done. Did my video of the week.
You son of a bitch.
Yep. I'm gonna. You want to make this a challenge? I will shoot for the absolute bottom of the barrel.
That's not a challenge, though. That's unchallenging yourself.
Well, you know what? It's the opposite, because you're not going to challenge me on something I don't even want to do in the first place.
Well, that's fine, but yeah, you're making video content right now. No different. It's the fact it's easier. This is harder.
No, this is a lot easier.
I don't understand how I can
sit here and read articles all day long. That's easy for me.
For 15 seconds, it's
all day.
I don't get it.
15 seconds, I have to come up with it on the cuff, off the top of my head. I can read.
You write it down.
I'm okay. I don't want to have to come up with this stuff. I want to read somebody else's stuff. I'm all for plagiarism. You like that?
Nope.
Not really.
I don't.
I'm really not.